I decided to do it. This is my first overnight of the year here at Pound Ridge. Weather is actually pretty good right now. It's let me see, 55 degrees in the middle of March. The weather forecast is a little iffy for tomorrow. They're talking about tonight into tomorrow some rain and maybe some snow, but this is going to be a good test. As you can see, I have two tents set up. I'm going to try both of them. One is the REI Arete, which is definitely a good winter cold weather tent, and the other is the Nature Hike Cloud Peak. So I'm just doing a test. Since I'm going to be up a couple of times during the night, I may flip back and forth. Basically, I took 2 sleeping bags with me. Also, 1 sleeping bag is in each tent. So all I have to do is go out, do a little nature call, and then climb into the other one. So I set both of them up. It was well, it wasn't bad. Pretty easy setup for both tents. I set up the Nature Hike first, and then the Arete from REI. It was tough finding some little flat ground, but this is, it's the Northeast, so it's pretty rocky. It's tough finding a nice little grassy spot, but hopefully the cushions and the air pads will help smooth everything out. So again, it's just a test. It's just a test. I want to see, it's been on my bucket list to do a solo overnight. I've done a couple overnights, haven't really done one in quite a while, and never done a solo. So I want to give that a test and kind of see what it's like to sleep in the woods. There's a couple of other people. I see somebody actually came into one of the other campsites over there. They just showed up. The one over here, there's nobody. So it should be fun. The only question is, what do you do to pass the time? I've watched so many videos on YouTube of people just sitting out smoking cigars or drinking a beer or drinking a shot of whiskey. I don't know what I would do. It's probably much easier in the summertime because you have much more daylight. But here it's probably going to get dark, 5:30, 6 o'clock. So probably do some eating there around that time. And then maybe watch some YouTube and kind of go through my gear. I bought way too much, obviously, like I always do. I bought way too much gear. But I just wanted to bring everything that I kind of had and experiment and kind of see what I liked and what I didn't like and what I used and what I didn't use. The cooking will be today, probably just boil up some rice and a couple of meals. But I'm going to use the Jet Cook, which is a knockoff, definitely a knockoff, but cheaper, so I'll give that a try. I brought a little bit of chuck ground, so I may try that. I have a small fry pan, so I'm going to try that and see how easy that cleans up. It's supposed to be Teflon, so again, give that a try. It's inexpensive on Amazon. If it doesn't work, it doesn't clean up, but I'll toss it. But that's it for now. I'll come back to you when I start cooking. As I think I mentioned before, I was going to ground up. I had some ground beef, and I was going to do a couple of burgers, but then I remembered today is Friday, and so since it's Lent, I can't do the meat, so I'm going to save that for the morning, and I kind of get that up and do it with the breakfast treat that I have. So in that instance, I'm just going to literally just going to boil some water and do some white rice. I'm trying to decide between the white rice and the jasmine rice. I'm not really sure whether I want to experiment out here with rice that I haven't tried. Last time I remember when I had some chai tea one time. It was not a good experience and ended up breaking out in the hives. Ended up in the hospital. And so what I'll do, just heat up some water right now, get some tea going, and also get the rice boiling. I think I'm going to start with the white rice. Get the water boiling. Get some warm tea. So the weather's starting to drop. Temperature's dropping. And the prediction now is for snow. So I may end up getting an ideal condition. Great day today, and then I'll wake up to snow and then drive home. Hopefully I can stay safe. And it turned out to be a good experience. Still don't know how they do it on the YouTube, but later on I'll watch some YouTube. So I'm gonna let this boil, go do some things, and I'll get back to you. I think after I finish eating, maybe I'll take this over and eat by the fire. And then I'll probably make an assessment of what gear I've used so far today and what gear I could have left home. So as you can see, sun's gone down. It's now dark. It's very dark, no lights at all. As you can hear, the geese are flying overhead. But it's very, very peaceful, very quiet. Just hope I make it. Just hope I make it till tomorrow. Not really worried. I don't think I'm worried as much about animals coming in as I'm worried about some kind of crazy people driving up. That's why. That's why I had this thing. That's why I have this. But this has actually been very, very useful in tending to the fires and pushing the logs around. But that's pretty much what I've been doing. Ate, had a good meal. Temperature's beginning to drop. It's probably down around 41 or so right now. Probably stay up, watch a little YouTube, and then kind of lay down, take a nap, and kind of get used to the sounds of the woods. So, I'll be back with you a little later. This is the true test, the sleeping overnight. It's probably had a cup of tea, nice and warm, toasty. Decided to sleep in the arete because it's just bigger. It's just bigger, more room, more comfortable. So this is kind of where the anxiety sits in, because there's no windows. I can't glance out. If I hear something, I don't know what it is. But hey, that's what camping is all about. So hopefully no great events will happen, and I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. Made it through the night. It was actually very, very toasty. In the I ended up sleeping in the REI arete. During the day and during the evening, it was very peaceful, very quiet. Didn't even hear a lot of animals. Around about 8 o'clock. I did hear for about a minute or two, I did hear what sounded like some bunch of coyotes way off in the distance. But other than that, heard a few birds, ate some food, and it was very restful. Very restful. I was always wondering, when people are doing the solo, how do they spend their time? Watched a little bit of YouTube, but I found that most of the time I was tending to the fire, keeping the fire going, and just sitting there relaxing and just thinking about life and thinking about things and thinking about how different it is in this environment than my work environment. But time to kind of get up, make a little breakfast, and pack everything up and get ready to head back. It seems like I dodged the storm. Original weather forecasts were for the snow to start around 3 a.m. Didn't happen. It's now 7 a.m. Well, final assessment. It was fun. It was definitely fun. I would definitely do it again. But next time I really have to bring less gear. I gotta go and trim down and purge. I don't know how those guys do the Appalachian Trail with just a backpack. I had the pack and a car full of stuff. It was just ridiculous. But I did have 2 sets of gear. I did have 2 tents, 2 sleeping bags, 2 pads, So I was essentially carrying gear for 2 people, because I was testing out which tent I like best, and it was really came down to the REI Arete. It was definitely the most comfortable as far as this type of cold weather, not really cold, but this type of cool weather. The other one, the Cloud Peak, is probably great in the summertime because it has a lot of venting and a lot of air will get through there. But so now it's just a matter of just finish packing everything up, pack the car up, head home. I don't know how I'm going to dry all this stuff out. I did miss the snowstorm, but as I was packing thing and unloading, and I put it over on that table instead of this table, it started drizzling, so all my stuff got wet. Glad I got back out for the first time camping this year, and this was my first solo, and it wasn't as anxiety ridden as I thought it was going to be. I was fairly comfortable. I'm glad I got that kind of skill set under my belt. Got a little notch. Luckily, the weather held up. The weather was great during the day. Yesterday during the day it was 60, close to 60, 65 degrees. And then last night it was didn't get down to probably 40. High 30s, low 40s, and inside the tent it was 50 degrees. So and I was in the sleeping bag, so I can't complain about that. But stay tuned. Hopefully I can get a couple of my friends to come out with me next time, and to make it more enjoyable. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. JHP Outdoors.